Okay, first of all, let me start by where we were. So we were discussing about data and also about information and also about communication and the technology. So if you can remember the terms, the data are raw facts or the basic facts about something, someone, or some concept. Data are raw facts about something, someone, or some concept. So it is fundamentals, basics. For example, think about color red. Color red is data, and color red before 100 years, now and after 100 years, it has same value, right? It has same value, and it is not that much meaningful. It's just a color. It's not that much meaningful, right? That is about color red. And then, so just think about something like red data book. So it is meaningful, which is created using data, but it is meaningful and it has more meaning and it has value also. It has a time value. So that is a feature of data. So sorry, feature of information. Data are raw facts. So not taken for decision making, and it is not having enough value, and the value is not changing over the time. And also data are facts, scattered, unorganized, less meaningful and less valuable. On the other hand, information, we learned that information is more meaningful. It's taken for decision making. It is an action motivated. It motivates us to do something. Let's think about red data book. If your name is there in the red data book, what will happen? If your name is there in the red data book, it's showing endangered species. It's a list of endangered, vulnerable species. If your name is also there in that vulnerable species, you have to be afraid, right? Therefore, it's used for decision making. It has a time value. Let's say you won Olympic medal, and the value that you get at the moment when you won the Olympic medal will be diminishing to some minor value with the time. That means at the start, you have very high value when information is created, but with the time, it is diminishing, decreasing, diminishing. So that is also a feature of information. And then we learn about communication. Communication means expressing this information is communicating, not exchanging, right? Sometimes the incorrect term exchanging is used, right? Sometimes the incorrect term exchanging is used. That is incorrect because exchanging can be done for currency. You can give dollars and get rupees. That is exchanging. You give dollars and get rupees. Now you don't have dollars with you because you have given it. Since you got rupees, you have rupees with you. Exchanging means giving something and getting something. You give maybe, okay, you give, let's say you give something, a pen, and you get a pencil. Now the pen that you have given is not with you, and the pencil you got is with you. That is exchanging, but information you can't exchange like that. So after giving this lesson, after teaching this lesson, so you cannot say that the lesson is with you and I don't have nothing. No, it's not like that. I can give this lesson to some other students also. That is possible because I can express this. Expressing is like in Sinhala you call bedagani, expressing, sharing, right? Share, express. So that is communication. And what is technology? So in ICT, you should know these terminologies. That's why I'm recalling them. We have already discussed. I'm recalling. ICT, the term technology means use of science. Simple, it is use of science. You have the note, please refer to the note. If you don't have the note, please tell me, then I can share you the note. Right? Sometimes who join later might not have the note with you. In that case, please send me a WhatsApp message. You know my number. Just drop me a WhatsApp message. I'll share you the note. Not now. I cannot share it now because I'm in the class now. But after the class, I'll definitely share with you. Okay, then. So communication, technology, use of science. You know, gravity belongs to science, which is discovered by looking at an apple falling down to the earth. Gravity is a concept. It's explaining how that happening. That is called theory. Right? Using gravity, we can do a lot of things. So even sending rocket, you need to calculate gravity. You send in missile, you need to calculate gravity. So launching a drone or launching a plane or airplane, you need to think about the gravity. That's a concern. So when using these theories in science, we call that technology. Okay, then, so what is ICT? ICT is all of these: information, meaningful facts, or processed data, communication, expressing these meaningful facts, technology, using science, and various innovations come there. So which is bigger discipline? Is it ICT or computing? Which is the bigger topic? ICT or computing? Hello guys. Are you there?
ICT.
ICT, yes. Always try to respond, right? So otherwise I will think that you feel sleepy. I don't know whether my voice is like, it's like sometimes you can hear this like a lullaby, right? You will hear my voice like a lullaby, and the ICT time was sleepy because I'm also teaching theory these days, no practicals. The initial lesson is theory. So you will simply fall asleep. So therefore I have to ask at least one or two questions and make sure that you are listening to me. So please be active and responding. Otherwise, I will also sleep. Okay. Then ICT is the bigger discipline, as you said. ICT is the bigger domain. Computing is just a component, just an innovation came to that. But radio, broadcasting, TV, telecommunication, mobile phones, landlines, satellites, everything, electricity, all are falling under ICT. Even Tesla cars, the company Tesla, SpaceX, they are working in ICT. So giants in the world, there are 10. So always you can get this 10 list of 10. So if you search 10 richest, this is about me, this is not about the 10 richest people. 10 richest people in the world. So you can say there are 10 in this list. Out of this 10, 8 majority, big amount, 8 directly related to ICT. Out of 10, 8 directly related to ICT. That means if you are going to learn ICT, you are going to be rich. So that is the prediction. If you're going to learn ICT, you're going to be rich. So sometimes students drop ICT subject in your O-level ICT curriculum. The reason why they are telling that ICT is difficult, we cannot get A easily. So if we select health science or some other subject, we can easily get A pass. So why don't I worry? I'll drop ICT. But they are dropping the life. Believe me, they are dropping the life. So even the students who are not interested in ICT, who are dropping this subject, I advise them, even some teachers, I advise them, please do ICT. No need to do for the exam, but at least learn ICT. Why? That is future. If you are going to live in a world, so maybe let's say earlier days, you know, how dinosaurs extinct, how they vanished from the earth. So there was a kind of, dust and air mixed because of this asteroid. That time, that endangered species, that not endangered, that major species was dinosaurs, but they vanished. So similar to that, if a human being got some natural attack and we are forced to go to jungles and live like our ancient people, except that scenario, in all other scenario, you need ICT. Today's world, you can't live without ICT. Can you live without your mobile phone? Can you live without internet? Can you live without the TV? Can you live without the equipments which are connected to the internet? And not just that, not connected internet, IoT devices. So can you live without CCTV? Can you live without electronic vehicles, hybrid vehicles? No.
Can't, sir.
You need it. So that's why if you are going to drop ICT for all levels, I'm telling you, not to you actually, your friends, tell it that you are going to drop your life. Few steps. That is bad. You're going to go back. Why? Just because A pass for all levels, just because you are afraid that you will not get that A pass, but you're going to fail your life, not all levels. Right? understand the gravity of the subject, learn this. It's really, really useful. I have given enough examples in the usage of ICT. That is the second topic that we were discussing. So here, think about this topic. So this is not ICT, this is electronic. Right? This is electronic. But if you know ICT, you can learn electronics. If you know ICT, you can learn biology. If you know ICT, you can learn mathematics quickly than other students. If you know ICT, you can learn physics quicker and better way, and like you can understand the subject better than other students. So that's my argument. That's why I'm inviting the students to come and join with us to learn ICT. Not even with me. So personally, I don't want much students to teach because I'm really so a kind of a lazy person who don't like to have much classes. I will only do one class. So students are asking, so do you have another class in some other day? Because I have class on Friday. I'm saying no, I have only one class because I'm just retired from my traditional career.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir said that sir don't want to do lots of tuitions. So are you do some jobs, sir?
No, I'm not doing those. So that's why I said I'm retired. I'm a retired person, but not too old. I'm just 35, but I'm retired because I started my career when I was 20. When I went to university, at the same time started my career when I was 20. I had a goal. My goal was by 32, I will retire from traditional career. I'll join with some, I'll start my own business. I'll start my own work, entrepreneurship. That was my goal. One day I'll start my own. So I have my own now. I have my own now. I have some investments done. And actually, I'm doing ICT for fun. In my evening time, I'm just spending my evening time to teach kids. That is also my hobby. I love teaching ICT. You can just go and watch my videos in YouTube.
In YouTube, sir.
There are 2000 plus videos. I think no one else will have 2000 videos in their YouTube channel in Sri Lanka for never, nothing. For ICT, right? Just teaching ICT, nothing else. Just teaching ICT in 2000 videos. Think, right? So that is my hobby actually. I really love it. And if you search my name, that's why I said if you search my name, you can find me as a photographer. I'll show you that next. Okay, let me tell
Yeah,
this.
you are a photographer too, no?
Yeah, right? And also you can find some music related to me. Sometimes you can find me as a lyrics writer, sometimes as a singer, right? So that is another different discipline that I'm interested in. And also now I am full-time dad. I would like to be with my family and travel with my family. So that is my full-time job. So what we are doing full.
Talented, no, sir.
Sorry,
Sir is very talented, no, sir.
don't know, but I'm enjoying my life. That's what I want, right? So because I built my own vehicle, actually it's a motor home. Wherever I travel, I can sleep because my vehicle is expandable to a home. So that's what I wanted. I built such vehicle. So motorhome concept is not popular in Sri Lanka, but I wanted my own. I was searching for one, but I couldn't find a better one. So I built my own. So
So
where,
are you built a vehicle too?
sorry,
So are you built a vehicle?
no, I have not. I have not done engineering stuff related to vehicle, but I have converted a traditional van to a motorhome.
Okay, sir.
That's what I did. I have not done engineering stuff. I'm not good in that. Okay, so I'm just telling. So how I learned these things, I travel a lot of countries. I learn from them. I learn how they are enjoying the life. So in Sri Lanka, basically we try to enjoy the life after 55, after getting the pension. So that is our bad ambition, right? I want to do a job. I want to do maybe a government job. Then retire when I'm 55 or when I'm 60. I want to retire and then enjoy. But then there's a person coming and knocking your door. Hey, 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 time to go, please come. So then after 60 years, so he's knocking at your door and asking, hey, time has come. Now say goodbye and come with me. So that is what happening to a lot of Sri Lankans. They are not enjoying, they're earning, they try to enjoy after 60, but life will not let you enjoy after 60. Therefore, I decide, no, this is not going to happen with me. Because I saw a lot of people enjoying their lives in young age, traveling in other countries, all around Sri Lanka, all around other countries, not in Sri Lanka. Mostly, even girls, they love to enjoy their young age. So I decided, why don't I do the same? So that's why I did that. Okay, without talking much, let's back to the lesson, Pute. So
Okay.
I said that learning ICT is beneficial. It's beneficial, yes. So see here. So this is a circuit. This entire circuit, just you can get the component. I'll send you the link. You can just see. Go through this site and then oh. So that is not I want to say. I just want to copy this. Okay, here it is.
No.
Now you get. Okay, then this voltmeter is in the corner. I just got it from the tool set here. Just drag and drop. Let me refresh, otherwise you will not see the fresh screen. Okay, this is the fresh screen that you get. This is from Colorado University. This university has developed this for kids, them to actually train them to enjoy the experiments of science. Because science must be experimented, enjoyed, not to learn, not just to learn. Should learn, but not just to learn. Should experiment. So you should have a laboratory in your home, but it is difficult, you know. Chemicals are costly, so it is not possible to build a laboratory in your home. It's not easy job. And also you don't know about the compounds, you don't know about the chemicals, how they react. Sometimes some chemicals are dangerous, explosive, especially when you put a chemical like sodium to hydrochloric acid, it will, like, you know what will happen, right? You have to do another research to find the person who have done the research, right? Understood? If you put hydrochloric and sodium together,
Yes.
explosive, burning. So then you have to do another research to find the person who have done that research, right? So that is the same thing. So that's the thing, right? Okay, but these things you can practice. Let me show. Okay, let's say you have a battery and you have some set of wires and you are putting a switch, connecting these wires together, connecting a bulb. This is ICT usage. Connecting using another wire to the bulb. Okay, I need another wire maybe. You see this minus signs represent electrons, right? So electrons are traveling from the high density area to low density area. Right? Electrons are traveling from high density area to low density area. When I connect this, the connected path, you can see negative edge, high density of electrons, it's traveling to the positive edge where low density of electrons are there. Have you created this lemon battery?
No, sir.
In school? Lemon battery, you have not.
Yes, sir. That zinc, iron, and
And
you want to connect to that lemon.
this one.
Yes, sir. We done.
Okay. So this is what is happening there. There are electrons because of the reaction.
Yes, sir.
Acid in the orange or the lemon is generating, here you can see, it's generating the electrons. This electron density is high in this copper node. It's traveling to the other node as there is a high density to low density. Then, so in the other word, we call conventional current is there from plus to minus. We measure that, right? We measure plus to minus conventional current. But what is happening? Electrons are traveling from minus to plus. I think you know that theory a little bit, maybe. Okay, now you can observe this light of the bulb. If I put a resistor, what will happen?
It will be breaking like that, sir?
Yeah, when I put resistor, the light will be lower because there will be a voltage taken by this resistor also. So if you check here, you can see the voltage taken by the resistor is 4.5. But battery is releasing, altogether battery is releasing 9 volt. So, but 4.5 will be consumed by the resistor. This voltage will be there. Therefore, bulb will only take 4.5. So since bulb only take 4.5, so what that just you have to change, right? Bulb will take 4.5. The plus will be here and minus will be here. Since bulb will take 4.5, brightness of the bulb will be lower. The voltage is low. Okay, if I put 2 resistors, what will happen?
It will more low, sir.
Okay, that is your theory says. So if you put 2 resistors, it will be further low, right? It will be further low. But is it is? Not actually. I'm connecting this parallelly now. Let me connect this parallelly. See the bulb, right? When I connect this parallelly, the brightness goes up. How come that happens? When I connect 2 resistors parallelly, what has happened? 2 resistors parallelly, it went up. How? So let's say here you can, let's check the voltage. It gets 6. What has happened then? 2 resistors.
Now there is working only a middle wire, not that another wire. Is that a reason, sir?
That's a theory, right? That's why science says. Science says parallel connection of resistors will reduce the resistance by half. So let's check. Here this will take around 3, and here this is 3. Both together will take 3 actually. Together both will take 3. Earlier it was 4.5. After that, so here it will get 6. So therefore the brightness will be high. But your theory, how you assume this correct, Pute? That's not wrong. But that is for the serial connection. So this is electronics, right? That's why I say you can experiment. Once experiment, you can remember things easily. Not just that there are a lot of experiments in this side. You can see this is serial connection of 2. Now very low. You can see it's just 3 volt. Just getting 3 volt only. It's very low. Because 6 volt will be consumed by these 2 resistors. Okay, likewise, you can learn about electronics. You can experiment, learn about them. That is possible with this. And not just that, you can learn physics, chemistry, biology. Lot of simulations are there in this site. When you go to the Colorado University, that website, you can check what can you do using this. So here, these are the simulations. All simulation, you can see physics, chemistry, maths, earth science. Nice. This will be a nice resource. Tell your friends. Sorry?
There is everything now, sir.
Yeah, many things. Actually, not everything, but many things. So about physics, about chemistry, about mathematics, about earth science, biology. A lot of resources are there. Tell your friends. We learned that from the ICT class. When you're doing science, you can do better than the others. You can learn theories. You can explore electrons and do various magics. You can experiment, learn it. Learning and by heart, maybe remembering is 2 things. Where your friends try to remember the things. Maybe they try to remember the periodic table. This is it. They try to remember the periodic table, but you try to experiment using periodic table. So that is what needed. ptable.com. Where they try to by heart remember the elements in the periodic table. What you should try to experiment it. Okay, so what is the Celsius level now? Can you see in the screen? What is the Celsius level?
0.
Fahrenheit?
32.
32. And Kelvin?
273.
Kelvin. So all 3 are equal, right? You can say 0 Celsius or 32 Fahrenheit, or you can say 273 Kelvin. So that is the temperature of the current status. And you can see some Some of these elements are solids, solid. Some of the elements are solids. Some of these are liquid. Only I think bromine and mercury remain liquid right here. When Celsius 0, bromine and mercury remain as liquid. Gas, these are gas: hydrogen, helium, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, chlorine, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon remain as gas. So sometimes if you join in the middle of the class, you might think we came to wrong class. This is science class. We were searching ICT class, right? So don't worry. I'm not going to teach science. I'm telling you the benefits, right? Benefits of ICT, where you can use ICT, the benefits. I'm telling you that. Okay, then, so let me increase the temperature a little. I'm increasing to 100 degrees. So you can see now these are solid. Liquids increase. Phosphorus has become a liquid. Then gallium and mercury remain liquid. Sodium became liquid. Potassium now liquid. Rubidium is a liquid. Now cesium and francium became liquids. With high temperature, some solids are liquid. Gas, I think not change with the gas. So further increase the temperature. Oh, what is happening? Now 400 degrees of Celsius, you can see the solids, solid, still liquids. A lot of liquids are there. Even zinc became liquid now. Okay. Liquid, gas. Even now we can see mercury became gas. Likewise, you can experiment. And not just that. You can search about the compounds. Compounds. Mixing hydrogen and oxygen will create H2O. 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. Ice can be steam or can be water. 3 status. All 3 status you have water. Likewise, you can mix the component. Hydrogen, carbon. A lot of components. You can see hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen. Hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen. You can change the order. Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. You can see there are a lot of things. Even the methanol, ethanol, you know, ethanol, methanol, those things. Ethanol is basically used as wine spirit, whereas methanol is used for wine, wine spirit and wine. Okay, so likewise, you can do the experiment by mixing the compound. A lot of reactions are there. You can search about that and how you can say how methane is created. You can just click it. Click on ethene or methane, and you can explore that. What is methane? CH4. Methane is a gas, right? How methane? What is the angle of the bonds? So everything you can learn. No need to limit to a book. You can learn that. So that is what I want to give. Okay, I show a lot of examples. Now, usages of ICT. That topic is now much easier for you. Usages of ICT. When the examination, when in an examination, when you ask this question, it's a very easy question. Just look around. Smile and look around. Why? Look around. Everywhere ICT. Look at your teacher. ICT for education. Look at the road. ICT for transportation. Look at the air. ICT for logistics, and not even that, for airplanes and all. ICT, weather forecasting, everything ICT. Look at the ground. ICT for geology, geography. Look at the buildings. ICT for engineering. So everything. So maybe you can hear music. ICT for entertainment. Someone is playing a music, right? So everywhere ICT. When you get that question, that's why I don't want to explain this again and again. But we have already discussed that. Actually, I'm just summarizing. We have already done 2 days. So maybe there are some students who couldn't join those 2 days. This is for them. We have learned these features. And then we learn about different generations and not this. We didn't learn that. But we learn about usages of ICT. We have to discuss about demerits of ICT, disadvantages that we have to discuss. And so we discuss about the evolution of the computer. How computer evolution happened. Historical things. Because so without history, we can't survive. No? We always we need to respect our elders, history, and how the things came. Without history, you can't build a future. So history is the foundation where you can start drawing your future. Therefore, we need to learn that. Unfortunately, for exam, you have to buy hard that. No way, right? History, no shortcuts. You have to remember the years, remember the names, because no shortcuts, right? Okay, I'll ask few questions. So how many generations are there for computer? How many generations for computer?
7 generations, sir.
5 generations.
5 basic generation. Okay, correct. So what are the technologies used in each generation? First generation, what is the technology?
Vacuum tube.
Punch card.
Vacuum tubes and punch cards. Yes, vacuum tube was the main, and punch card is basically used for storage purpose, input and output, right? If you don't know, I think better write down major technologies. We have already discussed, but I didn't give this in a note. So vacuum tubes. Vacuum tubes. And also punch cards. Why punch cards? For input, output, storage, everything has done using this punch card. That is why punch card is very important. And the second generation, it was transistors. Actually, remember that all these things are kind of switches. It's providing switch platform. What we learn in the basic electronic, switch. Switch is the major element for electronic, because switch can control the inputs and outputs. Switch can control the inputs by then actually that input will lead to control the outputs. So vacuum tube is actually behaving as a switch. More advanced, transistor is also behaving as a switch. That is in more advanced. Transistor also behaving as a switch. Then what is the next generation?
Third generation.
Third generation. Yes, third generation. What is the technology? And transistors here, this is actually for storages, tapes and all used, right? So transistor was the processing strategy, but tapes and all used for the storage. Tape, drums used for storages. Third generation is
integrated circuit.
IC. IC means integrated circuits. Integrated circuits. What is the fourth generation?
Microprocessors.
Microprocessors. Yes, correct. Any other name? Any other name for microprocessor? This is correct. Processor. We can call it large, not a single name, large scale integration and very large scale integration. VLSI. Large scale integration and very large scale integration. Right? Large scale and very large scale. Please write down this quickly. Finish.
Yes, sir.
Fifth generation is, you can say,
AI and ULSI.
yes, ultra large scale integration, ULSI, ultra large scale integration. And AI means artificial intelligence. Ultra large scale integration and artificial intelligence. That is the fifth generation. Okay, I'll give you a few minutes. So write about the programming languages, if you know. So write about the programming language along with some examples. Just if you know. If you don't know, don't worry. Just give a try. I'll give you 2 minutes. Just give a try. There's a power on button. Right? That power on button, if you go and see the symbol, you can see this kind of symbol. It has 1 and 0. Simply, symbolically representing 2 states, on and off. So that is the meaning, right? So first programming language is machine language. First generation machine languages. In the second generation, there was something called assembly. It's a symbolical machine language. A short format, right?
Sir, what's the meaning of symbolical?
Symbolic, it's short format. That means no need to write everything in binary. So for an example, machine, so you can say machine language here, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. So you have to write everything. But assembly language, you can short it here. So
Add,
this,
sub,
add, sub, here R2, R12, 33. Likewise, you can just make it shorter. Rather than writing everything, you make it shorter. It's a symbolical machine language. So, but you need a translator to translate language to, yes, you need assembler. Need translator to translate this to machine. Actually, when you write like this, machine cannot understand. Therefore, there is an intermediary software called translator that is called assembler basically. That assembler is converting this to this. Because wires cannot...
compilers and interpreters.
Yes, wires cannot carry this now. Therefore, assemblers are converting this to. But when it comes to third level, it is human readable, high level, human readable, high level languages. Then the fourth, more human readable. This is actually machine independent, right? Machine independent. Machine independent means for any machine you can write this code. But earlier days it was not like that. For some machines only, okay, if you write a code, only in that machine it will work. You have to change in some other machine. Machine to machine, it is depending. So when it comes to the second generation also, machine to machine, it is dependent. When it comes to the third generation, it is machine independent. Fourth generation is more human readable, and this is human readable.
Have examples for fourth generation?
Examples. You're asking examples or
Examples.
example, you can say SQL, structured query language. Here you can example, you can say C, Java, Python comes there. More human readable SQL. Here human readable and human friendly. Logic based. We also learn this way, logic based languages. This is even language independent. Language independent means doesn't matter you write the codes in Sinhala or English or Tanglish or anything. So it will work. Because if logic is correct, language will not be considered. So this is artificial intelligence languages. Example, you can say Prolog. It's artificial intelligence language. So these are examples for. So if you don't have the note, you can write down this in your book. Later put into your note once you receive. Okay, please write down this quickly.
Okay, sir.
Done.
No, sir, I said that. I agree to that.
Okay.
So can we customize our note like adding more photos?
Yeah,
Is it okay?
totally up to you. See, it's independent, right? Once released, it is independent. You can add whatever the things you can, maybe the examples, more things, photos. You can make it interactive. That doesn't matter because it is belongs to you after releasing. No copyrights. It's open source, right? Okay. We discuss about these languages, programming languages, generations, and there are a lot of information in your book related to these examples of this each generation. This is hardware generations actually. So you can see, so since here machine language assembly was used, and here a high level and assembly both were used. And after that, only high level, right? The operating systems, high level languages. Here also high level languages. Here comes AI, artificial intelligence, voice recognition, handwritten recognition, everything, right? You know, so you can talk to your computer now. You in Apple, we have Siri. In Windows, you have Cortana.
Cortana.
Siri, good evening.
Good evening, Dasin.
So see how it identifies me, right? Siri, can you tell me who's the father of computing?
Charles Babbage.
So you can see, right? So it's generating the answers. It's telling me the answers. Browsable, searchable, understandable. And have you used Google Lens? Google Lens having similar features like this. Google Lens. How many of you have used? Can you raise your hand if you have used Google Lens? Okay, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Right. Majority. Okay. So for others, use Google Lens. Download that app. App is there in your mobile. You can download into your mobile. The advantage is, so when you download your mobile, you have unknown things. It can be object, it can be a language, it can be electronic device, it can be a plant, it can be animal, anything.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
What will we done? What will we do the lens, Google Lens to us?
Google Lens basically is actually a intelligent browsable camera. Okay, let's say you have insect.
Camera.
Yes, it's a camera plugin. It's software coming with the camera option. It will be connected to your physical camera in your mobile phone. So let's say you turn on Google Lens and point your camera to an insect. You don't know about that insect. Let's say insect can be any insect. You don't know about that. So you're just pointing. And so it will search and list you all the options and about that history and about that animal, about its class, genre, and everything will be given to you. So, but you don't know how to search. You don't know its name. You don't know the name given in English likewise, but it will identify. And recently I saw one example. One of my friends, actually, he wanted to find out some part in his vehicle and he just turned on the camera and point Google Lens to that component. Then Google were listing this engine belongs to this, the brand is this, and this component is the ignition coil. Likewise, it's showing the details of that component. Actually, we didn't
By
know.
realizing the audio one, sir.
Sorry,
By realizing the audio one or
by
photos,
reading the image.
sir.
By reading the image.
Okay, sir.
Reading the image. You should experience. There's a video in Google about Google Lens in my channel. Just go and search there. So I have given
Yes, sir.
examples and all the usages of that. So just go to my channel and search Google Lens, or just go to Google and search Google Lens, the Sony Nanjana likewise, then you will get that information, right? Google Lens. So, and I hope you will get that video. Oh, not there here. Maybe this one, or so why it's not listed. Live say
Nowadays, some Sri Lanka YouTubers are showing that, sir, that that Google microphones available to do that.
Yeah.
Having photos.
yes, microphone can also be used, but I think Googling will not give that. So you just to my just go to my channel. I think that is the easiest way. We have to type everything otherwise. So still no. Still very difficult to find in the Google search. You have to go to YouTube and search it. I think that is easy. Right, anyway, so just go and search the channel. So it's Learn ICT, the Sony Nanjana Siriman, Learn ICT. That is the channel name. So very long name, no it. And just go to that and then search. You'll go there. When you go there, you can search Google Lens in this small search button. Google Lens. And then it will, right over here. Then it will list this video. And then you can click on that and watch it. It will show all this. Even so, you know that if you get a Chinese newspaper, or if you get Tamil newspaper and you want to read it in Sinhala medium, you don't know Tamil and you want to read it, you want to translate everything to Sinhala. So this will translate this real time. No need to type even, no need to type, no, just show the image, and image itself will be translated to the other language that you expect. So that is the advantage. Image itself is translated to the other language. So that is the advantage. If you travel, this is really, really good equipment, because so when you travel some other country, you don't know how to read their language. So Google Lens is life-saving app. Right? Google Lens is life-saving app. Okay. Then, so that is coming under the 5th generation. Okay, before the summary, actually, we need to discuss one more topic that is about the negative impact of ICT, or the demerits. Anything and everything has good side and bad side.
Yes, sir.
So think about the knife in your kitchen. Knife is life-saving, because when you want to cook something, when you need to prepare food, knife is really usable. That's why there's a knife in your kitchen. Everybody got it. Everybody has that in their kitchen. But in the other hand, it can be used to damage or kill some person. So that is the bad use. But knowing the goods and bads, so thinking that, so can we avoid that for lifetime?
It's very helpful and very needful thing to our home. And
Okay, some parents are telling like this. I have seen this. Maybe not your parents, but some parents are telling that I'll never expose my child to internet. I'll never expose my child to computer. So some parents are telling me, right, this is sometimes after A levels. So they come with the parents, because I was working with a leading private school, not school actually, leading private campus for 10 years as a center manager and as well as a lecturer. Then some students are coming to me with their parents, and parents are telling, sir, I didn't expose my child to internet until his A levels. Is it? Oh my God. So that's really bad. So they think that's good. So it's like some parent is saying, I can hear that as this. Okay, it's like some parents are telling like, I didn't expose my child to a knife for lifetime. He didn't know what is knife. Oh my God, he didn't know what is knife. That is too dangerous. But what happened if he find a knife? If he don't know about
Try
that,
to
yes,
experience that.
try to experience that. By doing that, maybe he can harm his own life or maybe someone else, because he don't know what is that. He don't know what is cutting. So then he will experience that. So that is too dangerous, right? Therefore, it is not good to, actually some parents are thinking like that, it's not good to avoid these, but educate. So education is compulsory. You should show them both goods and bads, but teach them the usages and misuses. That's why here also that statement is there. There is an opinion in that ICT have negative impacts in the human society due to issues mentioned above. But we have to understand that the systems made by ICT make most of the human usual task, means usual task is usual work easy. So that is what the education is required. So one thing is addiction. So definitely anything can be, the addiction can be harmful in anywhere, right? So addiction to sugar is bad. Addiction to sugar is, so scientists, doctors are telling addiction to sugar is like addicting to cocaine or heroin. It's too dangerous because that is unavoidable. Once you're addicted, it's unavoidable. Sugar is like it's maintain your brain state. So therefore, to reduce stress, you need sugar. Your body will convert to that sugar-based approach and avoid the fat-based approach. So that is bad. Now doctors are telling, don't addict to sugar. Addiction is bad thing. Addiction means you only trust that is thing and you don't see a world beyond that. That is not good. At least you have to use the computer, but other things also needed. Music, dancing, maybe going out and playing some sport, traveling. Those things are also needed. Building unsuitable friendships through social media. This is happening in real environment also, in real society also. Building unsuitable friendships, not even in the social media. In other area also it is bad. Addiction, so all are general, right? Addiction is not just for the computing. Addiction is bad for anything. Unsuitable relationship, anywhere it's bad. In real society or the social media, both. When computer is infected by a virus due to improper use of internet, it may not function properly or go out of order. Virus is a software, is a harmful software or hateful software, or we call malicious software. Malicious.
What's the meaning? Sir, what's the meaning of malicious?
Malicious means harmful, hateful. That's the meaning. Harmful, hateful, malicious. Same meaning, right? Harmful software, hateful software, malicious software. Okay, I'm a fan of virus, right? So so it's something odd, right? I'm a fan of virus. When I was entered to the university, I was doing biology in my university because my parents, they didn't like me to do IT. They think IT was a toy. It's like a toy. So I'm going to play around the computer. So that is not something to learn. So they forced me to learn biology. At that time, actually, we didn't have ICT subject in our school also. No A-level ICT, no O-level ICT. So nothing was there. So therefore, I didn't learn ICT in my school even. School, I learned a little, but as optional subject, not as a compulsory subject. Even no O-level ICT, no A-level ICT was there. So in university also, ICT was given for the mathematics students, not for the other students. So I did biology. I couldn't go to the ICT faculty. But fortunately, when I go to the university allowed me to attend some lectures without any restriction. So that is typical in university. You can, if you like to go some other lectures, you can participate. No one will force. Don't go there. No such thing. If I like, I can go. So I got that opportunity and I was learning ICT while doing biology in my university. I had a friend in ICT faculty. His name is Taraka. He's now senior software engineer. a talented guy who knows programming very well. Actually, I liked graphic that time, but he liked programming. So he was doing a lot of magics using the computer, using programming skills. I really liked that. I asked him, "Can you teach me?" But he gave me a very little. So I wanted to challenge him. Therefore, I also learned alone. Actually, our learning time was after 5. Lectures were over after 5. So I stayed at university from 5 to 9. So then security comes and at 9 p.m. was telling us, hey, we are going to close the lab now, go home or go to your hostel. Then only we are leaving. So otherwise, if security is not there, we will stay overnight till the morning. That is our habit. We were addicted somehow, kind of. And we were staying in lab. And what was our hobby? Our hobby was hacking and collecting viruses. A wonderful hobby, right? But don't do that. I know that it is really, really bad. So our hobby was hacking and also collecting viruses.
That means rescue a laptop or computer from viruses, sir?
No. When a virus is there, when we heard there's a virus, we will go with a small pen. We had a small pen drive, 16 megabyte pen drive with us. We will go and ask, hey, where's the virus? Then people are saying, this is the virus. This computer has virus. Okay. Very well done. We are collecting that virus. We need that virus. We are collecting and keeping it our pen drive. Then we have a testing environment. Unfortunately, that is one of our friend's machine. So he had a computer in our university. There were like 120 students in our batch, but only one had a computer in his hostel, in the hostel room. So that was our testing environment. Sometimes we got headache. Sometimes we got like stomach ache, some diseases, fever, but not true, right? Some kind of minor things. But that days we are staying at our hostel and experimenting with that computer. What we are doing, we were releasing viruses to that computer. So see how nasty we are, how bad. We were releasing viruses to all the viruses that we collected over the time. We released that to that computer, our friend's computer. He's a lecturer now in the university, actually. We were releasing that to him, his computer. But before he come, we will heal his machine, right? So that is also assured. Before he come, we will erase all things. And what we were doing, we were seeing the behavior of the virus and we were simulating the virus. We were creating really similar virus like that using our programming skills. That
Sir,
was
can you make a virus too?
Sorry?
Sir, can you make a virus?
Yeah, can. But I'm not doing now, right? So it is really easy. It's possible. It's a very easy thing. So, but I'm not going to do now. If you want, I can show you, but not to you to learn. So because that is also bad. No, then you will go and destroy your computers in your school and your friends maybe. Okay, I was using these viruses we were using this virus to do various things. And one time we found a virus called worm. Have you heard worm virus? Worm?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. But
What
I
is
have
worm?
never experienced about it.
Worm means replicating and spreading. Worms are replicating and spreading. Keeping like millions of copies, creating millions of copies and spreading over the network. We found a worm. Luckily, we went and experimented that and created our own worm. We wanted to test that. We didn't delete that. We kept him secretly in his machine because we wanted to see what he's doing with that. And we forgot that. After 2-3 days, from our friends, we got to know there's a virus everywhere. This virus too bad, creating a lot of copies. All the pen drives, we saw that. We saw that is the worm that we have created, and we just remember what has happened. Actually, entire university, entire labs, all the labs, administration, and even the canteen area, cafeteria, admin area, the computers, not even that, even the city related to that incident, the particular city, that university was there. So everywhere that infection was there. Then only we understood that where they were right. So we thought that is really, really bad mistake. we were really upset and worrying and hiding here and there because our friends knew that we are the people, we are the buggers who do such work. And anyway, then a sudden call from the lab administrator, lecturer. He was calling us, Mr. Neshad Pereira, Dr. Neshad, I think he has done his PhD now. He was calling us and asking, okay, this was done by somebody here, somebody internal, because we cannot heal this virus. No virus guard is capturing this. So until the person come and tell us who has done this and why you have done this, we will close the labs. Then everybody was really upset, but no one was telling that was us. But we had to anyway accept our faults, and we said we went there and apologized for that, and we got a lot of blames. But ultimately, even Vice Chancellor involved, that Professor Chandra Ambuldeni, he was also involved in the particular incident, and he called us a disciplinary inquiry. We went there, and he was advising us, you have good knowledge, but don't use this for don't misuse this for damaging the people. Do it for good thing. As an experiment, I will give you a punishment. You go and teach for a school for 2 weeks. We were really happy because we were given a punishment to teach school. So we were more than happy. So others were really upset about but the punishment that we got. So this is why I was sharing this story, because virus can be created. It's human effort. It's damaging others, right? But it is not good. It is not ethical. Actually, by the time that we were creating the virus, there were 120 students in my faculty, in our faculty altogether. And actually, we have obtained around 97 passwords of them by hacking at that time. Again, we understood that is also not good. Actually, we did that for fun, not for doing any harm. We did that for fun, but we understand that hacking, these things need to be do with some sense. At that time, actually, after we realized, we went to the correct path. And that's how I came to the education field. After that, I started my own degree in Columbia University, BIT, Bachelor of Information Technology, and even I did my master's in Peradeniya University, and that's how I have converted my path. Initially, I did biology, but later I gave that up and joined with the IT industry. Okay, then some other issues other than these viruses. Mental disorders. Right, mental disorders, because some improper websites are there, misleading improper website, because web has 3 layers. You should know that. So what are the 3 layers? It has surface, dark, and deep web. So deep in the middle, dark in the bottom. This is what we see. We see only the surface. Whatever the site that we visit, Google, all these things are coming under the surface web. Deep web, actually, you have this legal but private forums, hidden networks, hidden wikis, net banking and research, cryptocurrencies. These are working in the deep. And the dark, dangerous, illegal, weapons, drugs, lot of illegal activities happening there. This is like underworld of the web, right? Therefore, you have to be careful. Sometimes you might get links from this time to time. You might get links from deep web. It is okay, but if you are getting links from the dark web, dangerous. So be careful, because you should know there's something called dark web. Actually, 96% of the web is hidden. Only 4% you see. 4% is the surface web that you see, but 96 is hidden from you. Okay, then publishing distorted photographs, edited photographs. That is also bad. I heard a lot of stories. Some students, even some people who from the university and some other people were editing the pictures and publishing here and there, even the videos. So that is actually misguiding, misleading. It's not ethical. And obesity due to the less exercise. You stay same place without moving here and there with the computer. Ultimately, it may cause obesity and a lot of diseases like cholesterol, sugar, pressure. Isolation. There is also an issue. Isolation means you don't deal with the world, you deal only with the computer. That is there with some kids. They don't like to talk with the others. They don't like to move with the friends. They don't like to play in the ground. But those are needed. I'm telling that those are needed. Computer is only a device. Don't addict to that. Don't be isolated. Always share the things with parents and others, friends. Then the violating of copyrights. That is the last thing. And with that, the lesson will be over. Violating of copyrights means the one who create. If someone creates something using its own skills and knowledge, that is belongs to the particular party. It is not good to take that without their permission. If they take that without the permission, so that is violating the copyright. You know that if you are anyone maintaining YouTube channels, anyone having YouTube channels?
No, sir.
No.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you maintain a YouTube channel, you know that. So when you upload someone else's content, it will give copyright strike. Okay, if you upload someone else's content, it will call copyright strike. So it will give copyright strike, and so because if it's someone else's content. So that is to stop violating these copyrights. So I'll show you. So I got a lot of these issues due to this. I'm doing photography. If you search by my name, you will find a lot of evidences related to that. Here I'm searching my name, and you can see a lot of photographs taken by me. And this is a website, you can see jaffnavision.com. They're using my content, but fortunately they have mentioned my name. You can see in the corner, copyright Dasun Nilanjana, Siyak Photography, and my number. So fortunately they are mentioning. And this is another website you can see. But some websites, they are not mentioning that, right? Picture.lk. So likewise, when you go here and there, you will see a lot of examples like this. Here again, Jaffna Vision. So a lot of pictures taken by myself are captured by the others, sometimes edited without mentioning any copyright. Here Trendy Ceylon. Again, copyright is mentioned. So this is basically mentioned in the picture. But some people, they are not concerning that, they are violating and they are taking that without any permission. So that is not good. Actually, in Sri Lanka, we don't have much copyright law. But for movies and all, I think you have seen that all right reserved or Sialuma Himikam Avirini. Likewise, there's a statement put in under the movie, uploading this to internet, putting this YouTube is strictly prohibited, and we will be taking legal actions if you have done that. So likewise, they are publishing there because to protect their copyrights. Okay. And also there's another thing. So that is software piracy, that is not mentioned there. A lot of students and a lot of people are using Windows and other software by tracking. They are applying tracks. So that is not mentioned. So you can write down software piracy. That is called software piracy, pirated copies. Pirated copies are something bad, and it's not good to steal software from them. So you have to pay and buy the license to use that. Software piracy is also issue of ICT, not just software. The piracy is issue of ICT. Okay, so with that, I'll stop for today, Pute. So we will go for the new lesson next day, that is about the computer and the hardware component. And while doing this, I will start the third lesson also, because otherwise just discussing theory, like it's somewhat boring. I'll start theory and mathematics both. That is from next week. Then good night.
Good
See you
night,
all.
sir.
Good night, sir.
Sir, is there any practical lesson at 8 p.m.?
Yes, there's a common practical going, but not today, Thursday, 8 p.m.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Not today, in Thursday, sir.
Yeah,
Is
Thursday.
that today?
Yeah, Thursday. Yeah. Okay, good night.